Hello and welcome to GPTV on not just Tuesday the 20th of August, Gary, but on Jacob's birthday. My son, my beautiful son, one of my beautiful sons, of course. Happy birthday, Jacob.
Happy birthday, Jake.
25 today. Who would have thought, Gary? Brought him home as this tiny little premature baby.
One hand.
One hand.
One hand. I remember that.
And now he's 25 and he's actually now in the business.
Thankfully, I didn't drop him either. He is in the business.
He's just finished his first week.
Although
we're going to keep him on?
He's too smart for real estate. I don't know. You know, real estate, I mean, how is his VCE compared to your HSC?
I think he doubled my score.
Exactly right. He doubled his score.
Which means he tripled your score.
Yeah, pretty much right. Anyway, I didn't talk about it compared
to you're not defined by your ATAR. So for all of our younger viewers, our year 10, the year 11, year 12
A lot of young people
viewers,
watch this show, Phil.
Yeah, we've become a cult following. But for all of our young viewers, you are not defined by your ATAR. In fact, your ATAR bears no resemblance to what you're going to do in your life. In fact, just cruise through your VCE because it's completely irrelevant.
Hey, talking about cults, I saw that movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a little bit of Charles Manson.
And I've been watching Tarantino.
I've been watching the Manson. You know, after 60 Minutes, they had the Manson files.
After 60 Minutes, a highbrow show that no doubt you're glued to on a Sunday night.
I watch it. Yeah. Very interesting movie, Philip. Very interesting. Quentin Tarantino.
Was it good?
I liked it a lot. Yeah. Although characters are fantastic. You'd love it, although plot not as good as I thought it could be, but loved it. Still
I'm told the first hour is kind of slow, but the second hour...
I like long, slow movies, Philip. It suits me.
Yeah, it does.
Saturday after a busy auction, you can have a little snooze and then you can tune in for the end.
Excellent.
Shall we talk about the weekend that was, Phil? Because it was another good weekend, although we're off our 100%.
We are. It had to happen sooner or later, viewers.
Can't be 100%
because when you have a high
always.
Volume, and we had 13 auctions, we sold 10 out of 13, which gave us a 77% clearance against the industry average, which they claim was 77, but it always gets scaled back as Monday, Tuesday arrives.
I'd say about 74%.
So I reckon we're going to put up 74 for the industry clearance just so that we can say we beat it.
Yeah, exactly right. But it was still a good weekend. Lots of bidders around. I'll tell you what the theme of the weekend was. It freaked me out, Phil.
Okay, Gary.
It freaked me out.
There's a theme now, is there?
Can we do a bit of a scream? What freaked me out, Phil, was how many people came and bought and they'd never seen the property before. And that does, I mean, when you want to go buy a television, you go to this store, you go to that store, you look car, you can look, but you can buy the most massive investment and purchase of your life and just come on the day and go, 1.6 million, that sounds like a good idea. But Harvey Norman, no, I've got to get that TV down $50, I'm not buying it.
So we sold a property on the weekend, Gary, for $2.5 million to somebody that saw it for the first time on the day.
That's just one of three, I think, Phil.
This actually happens to us a lot, and a lot of people would think, oh, well, that might be your 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. But it's right across our selling spectrum, and 2.5 was the highest sale for the weekend and sold to people that arrived and saw it for the first time.
There was a number of those, Phil.
Absolutely, Gary. No doubt you're going to take us through them.
No, I'm not, Phil, but I'm not exactly sure which ones they were because we went through them at the meeting yesterday quickly, and I haven't stopped since then, Phil, but I know there was a number of them, 3 in fact, saw it on the day, Phil.
So do you have some auction standouts, Gary, that we're going to to about? Because we do want to move this show along.
Market Street. That was, you did that auction? You conducted it, Phil.
I did that at 12:30 on Saturday, but 11:30 I was in Thomas Street, East Brighton.
You were.
We passed that in on a vendor bid, then went into negotiations with a buyer that we thought was there to buy it, had shown interest during the campaign, but didn't put his hand up. We passed the property in. We went into protracted negotiations with a lovely, lovely fellow.
Like the
but I looked down at my watch and it's 20 past 12.
Nothing.
And I've got
how many points you got left? How many points?
This is not good, viewers, when you've got 1 point left. So 20 past 12, I'm at the intersection of North Road and Thomas Street, and I have to be in Market Street, St Kilda, which is off Inkerman, and I know that the traffic around Brighton Road is horrendous.
No problem.
So all I can say, viewers, and thankfully, as long as there's no members of the constabulary watching this show.
There's a police woman that watches this.
I know there is. I know there is, and this is a bit of a shout out to her.
Yeah, exactly right. We respect you.
Do the maths. Do the maths. If there is a 60-kilometre speed limit, and there's heavy traffic on a Saturday morning, go on Google Maps and see if it's physically possible to get from East Brighton.
There might be a drone, a satellite drone, and they can track you, Phil.
In 10 minutes. It might not be physically possible, but when you drive a pretentious leased Range Rover like I do, you can just kind of just traffic gets out of the way.
What we need is we need a bit of police corruption, Phil. And I say that lovingly. No, hang on a second. No, just talk. Let me because I remember going to Bali, right, on a conference, on a property conference. No, it's okay. And they had no, I'm not going to. And they had a police escort to take the agents through into the city, right? And so I say,
where was the corruption? The police corruption or agent corruption?
Well, I'm not sure, but I is that an emergency or is that? It's like the police took the agents through as not corruption. It's probably the wrong word, but as some sort of a priority. It's like when the government car, the president comes and they get a police
cavalcade.
Escort. Yeah, well, that's what I think we should have.
I've got to tell you, Gary, I've been reading a lot about A1, artificial intelligence, and things like you've just said.
Yeah.
You really can't say anymore because you might find that this show gets screened via artificial intelligence. They pick up Gary Peer, who said corruption, who said Bali. Right? Okay. Now, artificial intelligence can now take that, and at immigration in Bali, when you next go through, all of a sudden the computer, which is harvesting this artificial intelligence, will show Gary Peer on the screen who has said Bali corruption. All I can say is next time you go to Bali, Gary, there will be a guy that will be standing looking at you, right? And you'll hear the snap of rubber gloves as you are taken to the left or the right, but not straight.
Will we call the Bali 10 men? I'll be joining the boys.
So you've got to be careful what you say now. Yeah, you really do.
You're right. Okay, well, thanks for scaring the hell out of me. I'm not going to go to Bali now on the rush. So much for that holiday. Phil, Market Street sold really well. Vendors were very happy. Shall we see what they said about us?
Yep, let's do that.
We have both bought and sold with Gary Peer, and we're delighted with their service. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you.
Hilarious, great auctioneer, and beautiful service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Gary, isn't it nice to have somebody say something positive about us?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, Phil. You did a great job, and they are the most magnificent vendors, and I'm glad that we were with them on the journey of buying and selling. Philip, as we move into Sunday's auctions, how about Jenkins Street? Price undisclosed, but a bit of a humdinger of an auction.
The price might be undisclosed, but it did sell for $200,000 more than the reserve price, Gary. So all I can say, viewers, is that without question, the market's back. There's no chance we would have got that price 6 months ago.
Let's talk about days on market, because we did a little bit of an analysis, Phil, of days on market, and the number that came in. You'd think days on market, 60 days, 50 days, 40, 30, all reasonable periods of time, benchmarked across the industry, but no, not us. Let's have our boast moment, Philip. It's a boast moment here, and
it's a very lucky number too.
18 days
on market. So
less than 3 weeks.
Across all of our sales across the weekend, which was our auctions plus our off-market private sales, it was 18 days
18 days on market. That's a big boast coming at you.
That is just so you know, viewers, 30 days on market would be fine, but 18 days on market is important, viewers, because days on market, the longer the days on market is the enemy of price. So time is the enemy of price.
That's
the longer,
quite profound.
The longer a property is on market, generally speaking, the lesser the price will be.
Less attractive it is often.
And viewers, to understand that, if you think about it, when a property comes new to the market, the first week and the second week, hungry buyers looking for new stock are devouring these new properties. So therefore,
savaging them.
Therefore, you get your best buyers generally week 1, week 2, week 3. So 18 days on market proves that we must be doing something great.
Phil,
our systems and our processes.
I reckon you get a pretty good feel within the first 2 weeks how you're going.
You do?
I reckon you get a good. I mean, good agents who've got a good nose. They can sniff out how we're going through the first 2 weeks of campaign. Would you agree?
I'd say it's a bit like dating in many ways, Gary. I mean, by date 3, you really...
Did you get to many date 3s?
I don't think you ever got to date 3. I had a lot of date 1s that didn't.
So you've read about
that didn't go the full 2 hours.
That's right. Yeah, you never got to date 3.
But it's like anything, you know.
Not often.
After the 3rd inspection, the 3rd date, you pretty much know whether it's
happening or not. So here's an auction, a public auction, and Jeremy Rosen says just before he's put the hammer down, and it was a great result, by the way, 20613 Inkerman Road. And here you've got a young lady doing a handstand.
A young girl
doing
under
a handstand.
18.
Oh, doing a handstand.
Did not sign a waiver.
When you talk about the result on Inkerman Road, it sold really well, for well above reserve. 21 Kinross Avenue.
Yes.
Not that we've ever been found.
Really interesting auction, this, Gary, because this home was owned by some lovely people that are ex-Beijing, so Australian Chinese, and we had 3 bidders at that auction, all whom were ex-Asia.
Yep.
So it's funny
It's
how...
got an Asian connection.
Well,
Phil.
it is
Simple as
Kinross
that.
Avenue, the heart of Caulfield North.
Yes.
And we discussed this at length in our sales meeting, Gary. Because
I think Kinross in Mandarin means good property, Phil.
It may well.
Yeah.
It may well. But interesting, there is a real demand from our Asian clients to be near schools and good schools. And since they've started rating schools, obviously we've got some great schools within the Caulfield region. And we've got great public schools. We've also got great private schools.
And we've got two wonderful sales ladies, Asian sales ladies who can speak
fluent Mandarin.
Yep. And,
although, do we know they speak fluent Mandarin?
No, we don't know, do we? They could be fooling us, and we don't know. But anyway, they have got a great database and doing amazing work in that demographic.
They might just be hoodwinking us.
Exactly right, maybe so. Exactly. We're going to find out sooner or later, Phil.
I think viewers, is there a harder language to learn than Mandarin?
Well, you don't speak Mandarin.
I'm not sure there is a harder language. I don't speak Mandarin.
I can understand everything, Phil. 309 Alma Road in Caulfield North, Phil.
Which we just talked about.
That was we haven't really, but we sort of did. But that sold for $2.5 million, Philip, above reserve. Good auction again, and the buyer found it on the day. I think is that right?
Yes,
there you go.
That was the sale that we were referring to.
No, but there's three of them, Phil. I just haven't got the other two in my mind.
I did say, Gary, that was the one that we sold for $2.5 million to people that saw it for the first time on the day.
Phil. Yeah, it's been a long
Move along
days.
quickly.
Phil, should we talk about the auctions coming up this weekend? Because we've got 12.
Let's have a look at all 12.
We're in 7 suburbs, Philip. But on Saturday, we're only in 2 suburbs, Phil. We are only in Carnegie and Bentley East. We're not going anywhere else. You're a busy man.
12 auctions in 2 suburbs.
No, not 12. I didn't say that. Pay attention. 12 auctions in 7 suburbs, but on Saturday there's 4 auctions in 2 suburbs. It's going to be Carnegie, Bentley East, Philip.
All right.
We start off at 11:30.
Pass me the brochures.
We start off at 11:30 in Mimosa Road. Now, hang on. How about this Mimosa Road? I reckon if you want to come to this auction, it's at 11:30. You'll have to get there at about 9:45 and find a parking spot, because this has been the most popular property I think just about we've ever had.
I reckon we're going to have 2 coffee vans there, Gary.
I reckon we could have a whole, shop there.
This has been handled by Viv and the team.
It's been very popular.
And it is a great property. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a lock-up garage and a second car space, Gary. That should go very well.
Phil, 12:30. We've got them stacked up beautifully on the hour. We're going to be in Mackie Road at 12:30.
Yes, another beautiful
Mac
property.
is back.
Handled by Nikki and Lamore. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, lock-up garage, second car space. That is a terrific property.
What rhymes with Ellie Matter?
Ellie Matter.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Rhymes with Ellie Matter. It doesn't matter what you're doing on Saturday at 1:30. Get down to Ellie Matter Road, Carnegie, and see Philip Kingston do this auction. Lee or Samuel has been handling
Gary,
it.
what a beautiful property that is. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 car spaces. Fabulous home.
The Mighty Quinn, Phil. There was a song called The Mighty Quinn.
Yes.
I'm trying to think who sang it. It will come to me. But Philip, the Mighty Quinn Road, Quinns Road, Bentley East.
Yes.
Julian Millman has been handling that one. Goes at 2:30.
Julian and Lisa,
Yes,
beautiful,
indeed.
brand new building, complete with basement, car parking, 2 bedrooms. This is a really great owner-occupied home or a great investment.
Simon Radonic auctions on Saturday, Philip. I've got no auctions. I've got nothing to do on Saturday. I'm just going to wander around aimlessly like a bum. Go to a market, maybe the TAB, but I will come to some auctions.
As you
do
would.
some work.
So we are on Sunday morning in Waiuna Road.
We are, yes.
4 at 12 Waiuna Road.
You can have a little sleep in Sunday. I'm doing this auction of this terrific property.
Good, Gary. It does look rather lovely. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a car space. Beautiful throughout and a great position, walking distance, of course, to the racecourse, to Caulfield Park, the tram and the train.
And we're getting to that racecourse time. The Caulfield Carnival starteth soon, Philip. It's going to be all happening September, October at Caulfield. So
do you know what, Gary?
Get
in
yourself
the
together.
interest of making this show even more professional, because obviously we've taken it to the green screen and all of this sort of thing, I think we need a teleprompter here. Because have you noticed how I have to look down to describe the properties that are up on screen? But a little teleprompter.
Or, Trump's got those screens where they're invisible.
A teleprompter.
Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, he must have heard your idea and done it already, Phil. At 11:30, we're going to be in Inkerman.
That'd be unlike Donald Trump to rip somebody's idea off, wouldn't it?
At 11, don't knock the Trump Meister, Phil. 11:30, because the artificial intelligence, he's got people that come out and see you. 11:30, we're going to be in Inkerman Road, Philip, at this wonderful apartment. I think Jeremy Rosens does the auction there. Joel Sir's been handling it.
Speaking of Trump, I've never quite, and viewers, I'd love some feedback about
Getting
this.
off track here.
I've never ceased to be amazed when you go to the United States,
Yeah.
and LA is always the point that we get off. So
to
you,
be,
you get off a plane after being on the plane for 10 or 20 hours and you're feeling absolutely horrible.
It's 14 hours.
You've got to wait all that time in the queue, because the queues are never fast.
Yeah. And you got to put the finger.
Tell me this, you've come off a plane.
Smile.
You've come
no
off
glasses, hats off.
You've come off a plane. Why would the customs officers have a gun? Have you seen them? All the custom officers have got guns, and yet you've had to go through security to get on a plane. You've come off a plane. Do you really think you need to be greeted by somebody saying, "Hello, I've got a gun.
Welcome.
What am I going to do? I'm going to
Here's a gun.
I'm going to throw my water bottle at them.
Well, is that we can't take water through? It couldn't be that anyway.
No, well, that's it.
But you might have had some devious plot or scheme.
We're off topic. What's the next property that we're handling?
Inkerman Road, Philip. Jeremy Rosen's auctions that.
Gary, beautiful bright apartment that's been beautifully renovated throughout. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Love that position. That's just situated between Hawthorn Road and Kooyong Road. Great spot.
We're damn busy in Elsternwick, Philip, and we love it there. My home territory, my hometown, Phil, my hood. We're going to be at 12:30, double auction action in Elsternwick. We're going to be in Acacia Street in Elsternwick, Phil, just near that Rip and Lee's shopping centre.
Well, we call it the Williamsburg of Melbourne, Gary, because it's so hip and so happening. You're walking distance. You've got the Coles supermarket literally on the corner, round the corner from you. You've got Attica. You've got Firebrand bread. You've got absolutely
and you've got some of the traditional.
I
want to talk about some of the traditional landowners, because you've got Joe Benici, who's been he used to cut my hair as a kid, who's still there cutting hair. You've got the old apothecary store. Joe Benici used to cut my hair, still there.
You've got the old what?
You got the old apothecary. It was, Philip. It was an apothecary. It was like a chemist.
Right.
I don't know what they use it for. It's an incredible store. Incredible store. You've got Johnny the fish.
Johnny
does Johnny the fish man. He
still
does fish.
They've been there
Krauses
for a long
have been there
time.
forever. And you got Sue and Mike. Sadly Mike passed away. I loved Mike. He was a wonderful man.
You used to work at the milk bar.
I did used to work for Sue and Mike Christophides. They've still got the milk bar down there on the high road as well near the station, Phil.
And their son operates
their wine bar on the corner.
Elsternwick Food and Wine Bar.
They do. The boys do that.
So it's a gorgeous little village.
It is a great strip, Phil, and you've got a great blend of old and new. You're the new. I'm the old.
Gary, coming back to this property, it's stunning, absolutely brand new home, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 3 cars. That is a stunning home. Jeremy Rosen's, I think, has got auction honours there, and that is a brilliant house in an incredible street in a magnificent location.
It's good that you don't know where you're going, Phil. You're doing that auction, but don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll be doing the auction with Jeremy Rosen. Jeremy Rosen's will be there.
You're a team, a duo, Philip.
Right.
I'm going to be off with Arlene, that magnificent lady with the South African accent. I can't believe it, Arlene. We're going to be in Parkside Street. We're going to be there together.
Now all of our South African viewers.
Well, I'm embracing them, Philip.
Last weekend you took off Russian accents.
But I love the Russians and the South Africans.
Now you're taking off South.
Just because I take off the accents, not sign disrespect.
Who are you going to have a crack at next week?
I'm not sure. I'm going to work my way around the world, country by country, Phil. In Parkside Street, Philip, meeting Arlene for this fantastic apartment, Phil.
Great property, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, beautifully renovated throughout. That is a magic home.
You're going to be moving on, meeting Lamore up at Feodore Street.
Yes.
You'd think you'd have
not Theodore.
I know, you think you have a speech impediment.
Feodore.
I'm going to be at Feodore Street. No, it's Theodore. No, it's not. It's Feodore. We've had this argument before, haven't we? It is Feodore Street.
Feodore.
Feodore Street at 1:30, Philip. You're meeting
Single-storey villa, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a lock-up garage for 2 cars. That is a very hard-to-find property, Gary, and I'm looking forward to doing the auction on that.
I might come up and
There's
see
an
it.
old real estate headline that old-fashioned agents like yourself used to use, and they with a property like that, they'd go, often sought but seldom found.
Oh, I love that.
And that is a property
it's
that
a
is
jewel.
often sought.
That's
and
a real
seldom
estate
found.
jewel, that one, Phil. Hotham Street, we are going to be auctioning an apartment there. Jeremy Rosen's.
Josh Lebowski have been handling that property, and Jeremy Rosen's is going to be auctioning it. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Great location and beautiful throughout.
We bring the day to a close at 2:30 with double auction action. Philip, you are going to be auctioning in Bambra Road, 1138. That is the John Molina built property.
First of all, shout out to John Molina from Fredman Molina Architects, who
he does some of the best work.
They've been around for a long time, and they say in architectural circles that the older you get as an architect, the better you become.
Right?
And if you think about some of the world's greatest architects, Australian greatest architect, Seidler, Harry Seidler, was designing modern buildings well into his late 80s, early 90s. This is John Molina and Chevy Molina's own home, and it is stunning throughout.
It is a beautiful home, Phil.
Because we sell a lot of these town residences,
but
very few have got the architectural innovations and aesthetics that this property has. They've clearly spent more than the typical development, and it shows. So a beautiful property. I look forward to doing that auction because it really is great.
And they are wonderful people, Philip. Around the corner, I can tell you that Leo Samuel will not be at that auction.
Yes.
I hope that you're not too close, because sometimes the speakers can do that. They can pick each other up, because he's going to be just around the corner in Snowdon Avenue, Philip. And we're talking 12A Snowdon Avenue. Leo Samuel Samuel.
We are, Gary. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, car parking for as many as 3 cars. That's great real estate because Snowdon Avenue is so brilliantly located and all single stories, so terrific.
That's a big wrap, Phil, on the market for this middle August. We are starting to list now for spring. People are starting to pick their time, pick their dates, pick their months, Phil, and we're looking very closely at the calendar.
11 days and winter is over.
So I'm ready for it to be
Spring.
finished.
It's been cold.
Hasn't it?
It has.
Is
it colder or we're older?
I'm not sure. I get
colder.
I get a lot of grief from my wife about the weather.
Colder
on
or
a daily
older?
basis. I'm married to a Bondi girl. She does not like the Melbourne winter, Phil. I'm under pressure all the time.
You're pressure to
be
move.
away. Not to move, but just to be away in winter.
Oh, you're under
like
pressure to move. Yeah. I don't think you're under any pressure to go away, Gary, because you are always going away. In fact, aren't you going away at the end of this week?
I'm going away at some stage. No, I'll be here for. Well, I think I might be actually. Come to think of it. Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here for next week's edition, Phil. No worries.
Right.
After that, I'm going to go and discover some real estate to do a bit of a fact-finding mission. I'm prepared to make that sacrifice for you and me for the business.
Fantastic.
Phil, that's a big wrap on GPTV on this mid-August edition, where we talk about 18 days as an on-the-market time and people buying properties that they've never seen before until auction. How about that? I'm
Brilliant.
Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fantastic week.